That's what Christmas means to me, my love. Oh my goodness. AOA podcast. Holy cow. Third last podcast of 2024. Can you believe it? Can you believe we're putting another year in the books? We're going to do full 2024 recap in the new year. We're going to try something different this year. I always like to do it at the end of the year. But I think it requires some more dedication and behind the scenes work to recap this past year. So we'll do best movies and best concert, comedy performance, and best, what else do we do? Album, all that kind of stuff. TV show or streaming show. Do people even say TV show anymore? Jesus, how fucking old are you, Aunt? Anyway, we've got a hot dog, jam-packed, slam dunk, holy cow kind of a podcast ahead of us because we know, or we pretty much, we know what the drones are doing. I'm going to tell you what the drones are doing. I'm going to tell you what the drones are doing. And my source, Bethany Frankel from Real Housewives. You might be thinking to yourself, Ant, you're a failure. You're a podcaster. You're not a real news person. Well, I'm going to play you several newscasts where they cite Bethany Frankel as the source who cracked the code with the friggin' drone story. So share this around. Hit the share button right now, especially if you know somebody who lives in Jersey. They're going to be dead soon. Maybe not. I don't know. Diddy deteriorating. Thank God. See, that's not all bad news. Matt Gaetz, that ethics report, that's coming out. Sucks to be him. Nestle is preparing an Ozempic alternative. So the chocolate company, basically one of the big companies responsible for getting us all fat, is now going to try and reverse that. My friends, we've got a Superman trailer coming out tomorrow. New Superman movie on the horizon. The most expensive fast food. Ukraine has a laser. And question, is this a good white elephant gift? I'm not showing you yet. I'll show you what it is at the end of this episode. Means to me, my love, is Stevie Wonder's that's what Christmas means, not the most up-tempo, happy go lucky holiday song. Name a better song in the comments. Name a more happy, upbeat song for the holidays than what Christmas means by the great, all-powerful and mighty Stevie Wonder. Because maybe it's Step Into Christmas by Elton John, maybe. I guess you got to throw Mariah in there. I still give it to Stevie Wonder. He's still number one in my book. Speaking of number one, look at all these beautiful people right here. Oh my goodness. They've all come together to podcast, unite all of us. Bird, oh my gosh, everybody's here, damn it. Hello, TD. Hello, Christella. Nice to see everybody. Oh, Miss Justice. Yeah, I stand by her comment here. Just calling the man out. I don't know what's going on with our old pal Frankie, but he needed the episode off. So hopefully Friday he'll be back with us here because I'm hoping for a game. And then special holiday show on Monday. And by special holiday show, I mean I'll probably wear a Santa hat. And we'll talk about how much food we're all going to eat coming up for Christmas. Do we want anything more in a holiday show? I don't think so. You know, we'll have magic and all that stuff too. All the joy of the season, if you will. But we've got to go over to Bethany Frankel. So here's the original clip I'm going to share with you. And then I'm going to share with you one of the newscast clips and a government official backing her up on what she has said. The shock and surprise and awe of what these drones are doing is now coming to a close because we basically know. Oh, and by the way, I'll play the current president of the United States, who's kind of still alive. I guess technically he has a pulse. Kind of backing this up too. So take a listen.
You're going to think I'm nuts, but why should today be any different than any other day? I know this guy whose father worked with the Pentagon and NASA and like secret projects.
By the way, I don't know if this is like a New York thing, but like every story in New York starts with, I know a guy. You're not going to believe this. I know you think I'm crazy, but I know a guy and his father used to date a girl who once divorced a guy who also used to date a girl who works for the father of the guy behind the person who sent the drone up. That's basically every story in New York starts that way.
And he has been messaging me that he will never forgive himself if he doesn't tell the people that he knows that for a month he's been watching this situation. And now, several days ago, before it became a discussion in the mainstream media, that these drones are ours and that they could very possibly be sniffing out something very dangerous, some missing dangerous W from the war, and that areas that coincide with where the drones have been seen have spiked in radiation. So he said it's time to think about where I am and that I might want to go somewhere with my daughter. So
everybody enjoy the holidays, because it might be your last, especially if you live in Jersey. I'm working on fashioning a text to Uncle Glory Hole on why I can't come to Christmas this year. I'm like, dear Uncle Glory Hole, don't want to blow up. Love always, your nephew, Ant. Your second favorite nephew. That's, I have to sign all my stuff because my cousin John is first favorite. I know that. Everybody, John knows it. Uncle Glory Hole knows it. I mean, shit, I think even Raven knows it. That's the first unbelievable part. And you're like, Aunt, what's the big deal? Who cares? It's a Real Housewife. You can't be serious, Aunt. Can't be sitting here acting like the Real Housewife is the one who broke the story. Let's go over to Fox 5 from earlier this morning, where a mayor from New Jersey joins Rosanna Scotto and backs up Bethany's claims.
Frankel, I know she's not like, the New York Times, but she says that she has like some kind of contact at the Pentagon, and that
Can
it
you
has
guys hear
something
this?
to do with radioactive material in New Jersey. What do you hear?
So here's what I know. I know that we were told by our state police that we have assets over our critical infrastructure. Now, depending on your point of view, that's either concerning or comforting. I think it's comforting because it's probably us listening and watching. We also know that we have drones that are flying in a grid-like pattern. In my opinion, they're looking for something. What might they be looking for? Well, potentially, we're aware of a threat that came in through Port Newark. Maybe that's radioactive material. There was and there is an alert that's out right now that radioactive material in New Jersey has gone missing on December 2nd. It was a shipment. It arrived at its destination. The container was damaged and was empty. So
Okay,
potentially
wait,
we're looking
stop
for
right
that.
there, Mayor, because that's very important information. And that came from a credible source.
That came from the U.S. government.
And so it's missing?
Missing.
And they think it's in New Jersey, or it could be anywhere?
It was lost in New Jersey in transit. And again, this is just an example of what I think that we're sniffing for. I think we do have the assets that can go up and fly around and sniff things, which is why we're not seeing the uptick we used to see in Belleville anymore. It's kind of moving, but we're seeing alerts that it's happening now in Pennsylvania.
And that's
Well, thank God it's not in Belleville anymore, because that would be devastating. I think that's where Tony Soprano lived. That's a problem. We don't want Belleville harmed. Although I will say I'm thrilled to have it in Pennsylvania, because the best news we could possibly get is the drones are in Ohio now. That is the best thing that could possibly happen to all of us, because I'll be honest with you, if we lose Ohio, nobody's really going to give a shit. Okay, nobody's going to care. And if you live in Ohio and you're watching this or listening to this and you're offended, somebody has to tell you the truth. Okay, you've been on the trade block for a while. We've been in discussions with Canada to let them. They would take you, and then we would take like Quebec or something like that. Just switch the map up, just to kind of, you know what it is. You got to, every now and then. Sometimes you need to wear a different outfit. Sometimes you need to just do your hair differently. Sometimes you just need to give up Ohio for Quebec and call it a day. We would have poutine. Canada would get whatever Ohio has. I don't even know, and then everybody would be a little happier for a little while. We'll change it. We'll try it for a year and see if it works. I'm not saying it's permanent. I'm just saying let's all see how the new map feels, and then we'll go from there. So if we literally blew up Ohio, absolutely nobody would be sad, especially Ohioans. Let's be honest, too. If we blew up New Jersey, nobody would be sad, and I would be happy to blow up Jersey. problem is it's so damn close to New York in a lot of important things. We can't really, we might lose the Statue of Liberty. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure Bon Jovi and Bruce are out of the state, of course. That goes without saying. It's the only important things in Jersey. But other than that, also my aunt. I'd like to get my aunt out, to be honest with you. But outside of her, nobody. I don't really care about anybody else. We would let it blow. We could sacrifice Jersey if it wasn't so damn close to New York, you know. Plus, it would take a long time to build the tunnels again. We wouldn't want to redo that. That Lincoln Tunnel that was a bitch to dig. I'm sorry, but that was a real pain in the ass to dig. So there's a lot of things to consider there. But basically, you heard what the guy said. Uptick in radioactive activity. We've lost some weapons, you know, maybe it's in Jersey, maybe it's in Pennsylvania, who knows? How comforting is this for everybody? I mean, we've basically been through the pandemic. So at this point, is this bothering anybody? Like my wife said to me before, she goes, this is strange. And something could happen and we could have to deal with it. I go, I'm exhausted. If this thing blows up, so be it. And I think a lot of other people are like that. Like, I think the country and the government was originally worried about panic, and then they realized it's December. We're all tired, right? We're all exhausted. You know, we got the Christmas shopping. It's cold now. If they said, hey, there may be a massive explosion in the Northeast, in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, New York, just be warned, I don't think there would be any panic. I think everybody would just be sitting in place going, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, what are we going to do? And New Yorkers, for the most part, would say that. If there was like, hey, everybody should get out of New York, it's not going to be safe, New Yorkers would be like, where do you want me to go? Fucking Florida? Chicago? Los Angeles? I don't think so. I'll take my chances in New York. I mean, that's basically what we do anyway when we get on the subway every day. We're just playing Russian roulette with our lives. And New Yorkers are perfectly okay with this. We are fine with this sort of activity. Now you're thinking to yourself, Aunt, you're going with a real housewife. You're going with some New York morning show. How can you possibly back this up even further? Well, let's wake up weekend at Bernie's. And this is what President Biden had to say when pressed with the question earlier today.
Over New Jersey. What's behind all of that? Nothing nefarious, apparently. But they're checking it all out. I think it's just one. There's a lot of drones authorized to be up there. I think one started and they all got everybody's wanting to get in the deal. But we're following you too closely. So far, no sense of the danger.
Okay. So he brings it up there. He says there's some that are authorized. So there's your answer right there. That's it. That's as close as you're going to get. They're not going to come out and tell us they're looking for a weapon. They've noticed some activity, high radiation levels. We're just not going to get that. This is as close as we've gotten. A real housewife heard a rumor, and now all of a sudden the president of the United States out of nowhere goes, yeah, I guess there's some things up there, but we're keeping our eye on it. My favorite part was when he goes, apparently. That's my favorite part.
Nothing nefarious, apparently. But the check. Nothing
nefarious, apparently. I don't know. Even Biden's like, I'm hearing things. Sounds weird. The president, you really. Oh wait, am I the president? Am I still? This is still going on? You're kidding. You know. So there's that. So that's basically it. We literally follow the timeline from a fucking Real Housewife to the news to the president of the United States confirming all within like 12 hours. That's basically where we are. If you're looking for news from CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News, give it up. You might want to tune on over to Bravo and see what Andy Cohen and the other Real Housewives have to say, because apparently that's where we're getting our news from today. These are our news sources. It is no longer, you know, all about gossip and yelling and arguing with each other and flipping tables. Now, the Real Housewives are basically the modern day Walter Cronkites. This is where we are. This is it. This is where we are. And you can't even talk. I'm putting my reputation on the line going, it was Bethany Frankel who broke the story because nobody will believe you or take you seriously. But the the fucking truth is it was Bethany Frankel who broke the story. Like, I mean, I guess you could technically say that other asshole who didn't lead with, hey, there's weapons in New Jersey. That guy, whatever his fucking name was in Jersey. Remember we talked about him last time? Very pissed off at him. Very, very pissed. Because, again, this is how... Did you notice how Bethany... By the way, Bethany Frankel's a professional now. Bethany Frankel is our source for news. She came right out and said, hey, you're going to think I'm crazy, but this is what's happening. We knew in 3 seconds what the video was about. Okay? Everybody else should take warning from that. Everybody else should take a lesson from Bethany Frankel, who I want to give a Peabody Award to. Is that a journalism award? Let somebody find out what the fuck a journalism award is, and let's get it over to Bethany Frankel's house ASAP. By the way, I trust Bethany Frankel explicitly with restaurant reviews. I don't know if you've been following her on social media, but she has been crushing it out east, finding great spots to eat at, and then reporting back to everybody. She's doing God's work as far as that goes, because she's really... There's a lot of shitty places out east in the Hamptons to eat. You can get really caught in some just overpriced bullshit, but she seeks out like the really good places and shares them with everybody. So follow her if you ever want to go and eat out east. You, of course, could always ask me if you want to DM me. I'll tell you where the good places are, but she's got a really good handle on it. So Bethany Frankel is our Gordon Ramsay and, Walter Cronkite all rolled up into one. And let's be honest, she's beautiful too. So she's better than both of those entities put together. She's just amazing. She's a scientist. Yes, she's spectacular. There's nothing, I don't have a bad thing to say about Bethany Frankel. And I also don't want to upset her because I want to find out what else is going on. And I don't want her to be all crazy and crying and upset that people make fun of her. So I am staying on Bethany Frankel's good side so that I can stay in the know on what is happening. What I'd like to do is get, that James Earl Jones did like, this is, I'd love to get James Earl Jones to be like, here comes the news. And then Bethany Frankel could put that in the front of all her fucking videos where she breaks news stories. Where's David Muir? Where's Anderson Cooper? Where's, who's that other guy that I don't like? Fucking bow tie asshole. Fuckface, whatever his name is. It doesn't matter. Everybody, the whole world failed us. Bethany Frankel and her skinny girl margaritas were there to save us in the end. When Ohio is no longer on the map and we are all safe, thanks, Flying Why Tucker Carlson. I couldn't think of Tucker Carlson. I'm trying to think of Bethany Frankel jokes. I came up with skinny girl margarita. Let's give Aunt credit where credit's due. When Ohio is gone and we've saved a ton of lives, it's going to be Bethany Frankel who gets a statue made of her, and then in 40 years from now, we will tear down that statue because we realize Bethany Frankel said a bad word about somebody who was either slow or not straight or transgendered or, I don't know what else will be offended by 40 years from now, but somebody will tear her beautiful statue down. So that's the drone thing. So yeah, it turns out that whole, should we be scared of the drones because some shit might be going down? And the yes. Yeah. Not enough to move though. That's the thing about being lazy and it being December, because you're kind of like, do we have to move? Let's just chance it. It's the truth. It's like I said, post 9/11, I remember going into the city, and I remember that there was one night specifically. It was like, maybe it was September 21st or whatever it was, and they were like, there's going to be another attack. And so everybody was like, okay, these are the rumors going on. We're like, all right, the tunnels, probably the bridges, and 2001, I was what, 19? Yeah. I was 19. God, those are good times. I mean, besides the national tragedy. I was 19, and there's rumors going out. My mom knows, dad knows, aunts, uncle, everybody knows. Like, yeah. And we're like, all right, yeah, this is bad. We're going to stay home, And then I get that one call from my friend. He's kind of like, hey, there's this bar with specials, in downtown. I'm like, close to Ground Zero? He's like, yeah, it's pretty close to Ground Zero. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, it's like 3 for 1. I'm like, all right, let's chance it. Let's just do it. Let's see. If we're going to go down, we might as well go down trying to get a cheap drink in Manhattan. And we did. We went into the city on the day where there was like these crazy rumors that everybody was going to blow up and die. We fucking chanced it. We just were like, whatever. It's fine. This is what you do. This is literally what we do, Oh my gosh, look at this. Dr. Dex, is that true? My YouTube top podcast was AOA, 4,300 minutes. That's amazing. That is a beautiful 4,300 minutes. I got to tell you something. I'm on this show. I haven't listened to 4,300 minutes worth. I don't know if you ever noticed. Frank says things and I just kind of move on. I don't really, it's hard to keep track of everything that's in that guy's mind. That's crazy. Is that like part of your Wrapped? We did. I looked at the. I'm going to put a statue up next to Bethany Frankel. We're going to get a Dr. Dex statue. That's amazing. I did look at the podcast Wrapped the other day. We are back in. Not that we were ever out of it, but we've maintained our top 5% podcasts on Spotify, which is just a huge honor. So thank you to everybody who's watched. And again, what's crazy is our audience is so much larger on YouTube, but people seem to be picking up and watching the videos on Spotify now and listening on Spotify. So that's a blessing, and we'll make a bigger deal out of it. Maybe on the next episode, we'll dive into some of the graphics and everything because they put together this whole pretty thing. But I peaked because I was like, I don't know if we made it again this year. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, top 5% of podcasts, which is just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. I mean, it helps that there's 46 billion podcasts and only 6 billion people. But it's a huge honor, and I appreciate the congratulations. But honestly, all the credit goes to you. Realistically, without you guys, we would be absolutely nowhere. So I'm forever appreciative and grateful for the opportunity that you provide to us on a daily basis. We do have a lot of topics. I do have a lot of time, but a lot of these are pretty quick, including this one on Diddy, which basically just confirms that his prison time has not been kind to him, has not been easy. He appeared earlier in court today, and of course, there were no cameras or anything allowed, but a lot of reporters were allowed in the courtroom, and they all were saying that he seems a lot skinnier. Gray hairs starting to appear, which I kind of figured at his age he was probably dyeing that hair a little bit. Didn't want to let the grays come in, unlike your old pal Aunt, who's got quite a bit of. I'm getting the Polly Walnuts thing over here, and it's not appreciated. One of his a source told was it People Magazine, I think, or Page 6, I can't remember, that he's working out, he's doing great, he's in good shape and all that, but not according to what people saw in the courtroom earlier today, that he's looking a little ragged, bags under the eyes, the whole 9 yards. So hopefully he's having the roughest time he could possibly have in prison. Also, TMZ released that his Christmas meal will consist of a special lunch menu that includes baked Cornish hen, macaroni and cheese, cranberry sauce, dinner rolls, and a special holiday dessert. Again, I don't know why we just talked about this at Thanksgiving. Why are they giving these fucking animals, who are, most of the people, I mean, he's awaiting trial. A lot of the people in there did bad things and were convicted. I don't know why they're getting fucking cranberry sauce and Cornish, my only hope is that Cornish hen is a fucking pigeon, because usually, most of the time, if you're getting Cornish hen in New York City, it's pigeon. Cornish hen is expensive. Pigeon, you go right outside, boop, pull it in, put it on the roaster, and it's delicious. Nobody knows the difference. If I put a Cornish hen and a pigeon next to it with enough salt and pepper, you could not tell the difference between the two. So if I was the prison system, I'd be serving pigeon to everybody. That'd be the best ever. That's the latest on Diddy. So hopefully he continues to rot in hell or prison, whatever that is. It is Brooklyn. Matt Gaetz. This is kind of crazy. We talked a lot about Matt Gaetz. Remember, he was nominated for Attorney General. He left his post. We all speculated it was to save him from having that House Ethics Committee release the ethics report that they did on him. And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here we are, December 18th, 19th, and they go, "Oh, we're going to release that now." Like the House panel was just like, "Yeah, we're going to put that out." The weird thing about the House Ethics Committee is they oftentimes meet secretively and they often vote secretively. So we're not sure why there was a vote even held to consider this, because they held a vote and they decided to not release it. Now here we are all these days later and they're like, we're going to put it out. Okay. So I don't now listen, could they reverse back? I'm sure they can. But a couple of key things to remember here is that Republicans had to cross the aisle and vote with Democrats in order to get this released. So it seems like that's happened, which rarely happens. So that's kind of a good sign. Secondly, I don't know this guy was, he pissed off a lot of people. I know Kevin McCarthy fucking hates this guy. And he was very vocal. We played a clip in the past where he's like, "Hey, I lost my speakership because this asshole wanted me to kill this report and I wouldn't do it." So that makes me think that there's a lot of shit in there that is not going to be good for Matt Gaetz. So, hear the pitter patter, you rise up to see what's the matter, or clatter, or whatever the fuck that night before Christmas deal is. Surprise, it's not Santa Claus. It's a whole bunch of shit that you did wrong that now everybody's going to know. So Matt Gaetz is going to have an awesome holiday. Maybe as good as Diddy, which will be really great. That's going to be a tough one to swallow. Now, keep this in mind, too. It's not about legal and illegal. It's about ethics, because it's the ethics committee. So they're going to release their findings. It's not going to be a great look for him, but I don't know if it's going to wind him up in prison, where it kind of feels like it's where he needs to be. Again, lest we forget that his best friend is in prison for doing all the things that he has been accused of. His best friend was actually convicted of those things. So that's something else to keep in mind. But again, it could be a weird, interesting Christmas for Gaetz and the Gaetz family. So we'll keep that. We'll keep you apprised of that situation. By the way, and I know we're all still waiting on that fucking that Epstein report. This should come before Christmas, because the Congress is going to break before Christmas. They're going to go for the holidays any day now. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Friday or Monday even. I don't know when Congress exactly goes on break, but they'll go on break. So this is going to come out before then. So it's probably going to come out before Christmas. So if you were wondering, what's the family going to talk about besides, are we going to die from the nuclear weapon that's lost in New Jersey? You could also talk about what a big piece of shit Matt Gaetz is, and past the 7 fishes. So that'll be fun for everybody involved. That'll be just a really, really good time. Let's see. Hold on a second. Somebody said something nice about me in the comments, and that rarely ever happens. So my own ego is going to make me draw some attention to it. Rhonda, bless your heart for saying, I think you were talking about my gray hair. My Paulie Walnuts looks good on you, Aunt. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very few things do. So if anybody says something looks good on me, that would be absolutely great. I think I'm gonna join the Nestle crew here, because Nestle is launching a quote unquote natural appetite suppressant drink that mimics drugs like Ozempic. So Nestle, again, the chocolate people, part of the reason, part of the big reason why we're all fat and overweight. They're launching protein shots in the U.S., probably because they can't get away with it in any other country. Better get this out before RFK gets in, because then it's going to be a whole other thing. It'll be an appetite suppressant. The world's biggest packaged food maker is trying to tap on the market for weight loss. The manufacturer of Kit Kat chocolate bars at Nesquik says its drink sparks a natural reaction in the body, which is similar to, but far less powerful than, the highly in-demand drugs for weight loss, like Wegovy and Zepbound and Ozempic and all that stuff. The weekly weight loss injections mimic an intestinal hormone called GLP-1 and curbs people's appetites, promoting a feeling of fullness. The shake, called Boost Pre-Meal Hunger Support, is to be consumed up to 30 minutes before a meal and is aimed at people taking GLP drugs in other or other weight loss medications. The rollout already started last month. Nobody told us. Stefan Palzer, chief technology officer at Nestle, told Reuters, quote, "You get an increase in natural GLP-1, which helps in controlling the feeling of hunger." So this dose has a significant effect on how satiated you feel. It's interesting. It's interesting. Oh, hold on a second. Let's get an order for wheat thins. I want to make sure that let's get some wheat thins for the table over here, for the podcast table, because I want to make sure Robin always has wheat thins. DJ Shenanigans, this is probably going to give you cravings for chocolate. Yeah, I feel full, but I would love a Kit Kat. That's the weird thing with this new drink. So I feel very, very full, but what I wouldn't do for a little crackle, little fun-sized crackle right now. Yeah, you can't trust any of these fucking people. These are the animals that gave us the fucking sugar and all this bullshit to begin with. I will say, I'm seeing more and more about this lemon bomb. Has anybody heard of this lemon bomb thing? Let me know in the live chat or in the comments after for the replay crew. Shout out replay crew. They say this lemon bomb drink, again, mimics the GLP-1 thing. Which what's so interesting about all of this is, you talk about obesity and everything like that. It would be so... I mean, we don't really talk about it enough. It's kind of a miracle they discovered, hey, this might be the reason people are overweight. And if we just allow this GLP-1, which is, naturally occurring in the body, if we give people who don't make enough of it more of it, they are going to lose the weight. It's kind of a big thing. Natty has not heard of it. Robin, you heard of it? I've been seeing it a lot on TikTok that there's like a drink that you can, I guess it's with lemon and my guess would be cayenne pepper and like ginger and shit like that. But I don't know. I didn't go so far, but I keep seeing people like, hey, you can drink this. And it's just like Ozempic. It's like the same exact thing. Now, I don't know if it's less powerful like this Nestle drink is going to be. But I think it's great. I think it's great. A lot of people are pissed off and upset about the Ozempic. I heard a lot of bad things about it in the beginning. But these peptides and all this kinds of crazy stuff. Look, if it's doing good work for people, it's doing good work for people. Like I said, between the drones and the aliens, and we don't have that much time longer. Let people be thin, for Christ's sake. What's the big deal? What's the big fucking deal? Superman. Indulge me for a second here. Because I feel like there's certain things, Batman, Superman, apple pie, hot dogs on 4th of July. There's just certain things that are part of our culture that when there's a shift or a change or a new thing, it's kind of a huge fucking deal. And we're going to get a new Superman trailer Thursday morning. September, Jesus Christ. That's the Ozempic talk. That's the Nestle Ozempic talking. Don't mind me. Thursday, December 20th. We're going to get a new Superman trailer. What's crazy is, here we are the day before and we got a trailer for the trailer, which is just fucking amazing. I mean, I can't understand. Like, this is the level that we're at now. It's like, do we have a trailer? Yeah, we do. We got a trailer for the movie. Great. Do we have a trailer for the trailer? Well, fuck. All right, I guess we're gonna go back to the lab and make a goddamn trailer for the trailer. Seems nuts. I'd like to be the first person to make the trailer for the trailer for the trailer, and that would be, I mean, you just got to go with the sign of the times. All right, so James Gunn is the new big gun over there at DC Studios, which is DC's attempt to be the new Marvel, and they fired the old Superman. He's out of work. So here's the 30-second trailer for the trailer. Guy behind the guy on the new Superman movie. The Daily Planet got Lois Lane. A bunch of other people. James Gunn making sure his ego is stroked. Big on there. These people are filming with their cell phones. They're looking up. There's music. There's Superman coming down. It says tomorrow. You don't know what's coming out of the sky. All this crazy stuff. People are in some tents. They got Hawaiian shirts on. They're telling us to look up. There's Superman flying up into the skies. Teaser trailer online tomorrow. Holy shit.
The time has come to
Fucking excited. Is anybody else pumped, or am I just a big fat loser? Let me know in the comments, because I'm fucking pumped for the new Superman movie. False news. I am Superman, says Bird. I believe it. I believe it. It's not a CGI Christopher Reeve. It's some guy's Cumsworth. I don't know what his name is. Cumsworth can't be it. That sounds ridiculous. I don't know why I said Cumsworth, but I feel like it sounds like it's Timothy Cumsworth. Could that be it? Somebody look up who's the new Superman. Is it Timothy Cumsworth? Because I don't. Who's the new Superman? All right, let's see here. David Corenswet. Okay, listen, Timothy Cumsworth. That was not too far off from David Corenswet. I don't feel as big of a jackass as that could have gone. Yeah, David Corenswet. I don't know if his corns are wet or if his corn is sweating. I'm not sure, but David Corenswet is the name. And we're going to be following this. I hate to annoy people, but we're going to be following this. So if you want Superman updates, AOA podcast is going to have it. Friday, we'll probably have reaction to the full trailer. I'm super excited. Summer 2025, the new Superman comes out. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Take a guess on what you think is the most expensive fast food in these United States of America. We have one head and shoulders expensive fast food place over the others, who, by the way, also just raised their prices this year by 3%. So if they weren't in the lead enough, they were like, let's tack another 3% on this, make sure nobody catches up to us. There is, there's a new study out there. And, this is a good guess from Bird Whataburger. That's not it. But why are we congratulating Leisha? What happened here? So lots of congratulations, Leisha. Oh my God, is it a birthday? Holy cow. Birthday shout out plus 32 months AOA member. Oh my goodness. Dear Lord. That is unbelievable. Leisha, as a thank you, we're going to send you some of the most expensive fast food in the country. Going to need your address, please. We're going to send a gift card. It will be for $4.99. You will be able to get a side of fries. And that's it. That's all the budget allows for. Perhaps if, the economy wasn't so fucked up, we could afford more. But we just can't. Chipotle is a phenomenal guest. Christella. Chick-fil-A is also a good guess. Guess. I don't love Chick-fil-A. I wouldn't send Leisha Chick-fil-A. I feel like, I don't know. It's not good. Like Chipotle sucks compared to what it used to be, but Chipotle is better quality food than Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is like shit, if you ask me. There's Frank and I did a thing over at PDQ's. I don't know if PDQ's is huge everywhere. I know they're in a lot of places, maybe more so on the East Coast. But I'll put a PDQ chicken up against a Chick-fil-A chicken any day of the week. And PDQ has zero buzz compared to Chick-fil-A. Like everybody makes a big deal about Chick-fil-A. And I think PDQ's chicken is 1,000,000 times better. And I'm not even getting fucking paid for this. Somebody send this to PDQ so they can cut a goddamn check. Going out dancing later with my guy. That's amazing. Leisha, shoot me a message. Tell me what it's like to have a life. What's that feel like? Because I can't even remember it. Going out and dancing? Fuck, that sounds exciting. My big thrill the other day in life was Cuddles went and bought those Miss Debbie Christmas cakes. The little tree-shaped ones. I thought I couldn't be happier when I saw those fucking things. I was just fucking thrilled beyond belief. But, I don't go out dancing. So that's I think a difference between you and I. Love you too. Sorry about the PDQ. And listen, there's a loss for the not having PDQ in Colorado, but there's a big fat win for not having kids. Because let me be honest with you, they tend to drag you down. Having kids is like having 7 Chick-fil-A restaurants in your backyard. It's just a fucking nightmare. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't taste good. There's far too much traffic, and you feel like you're gonna shit every 5 minutes. That's literally what it's like. Let me see here. Neil, you've got the number 2 most expensive place. It's Five Guys. Five Guys right now is the second most expensive fast food in the country. Number 1, nobody got it. Shake Shack. Shake Shack is the most expensive fast food in the United States right now. And they raised their prices 3% earlier in the year. A study was conducted by Preply, also found that celebrity-owned restaurants regularly received complaints about being overpriced, in particular Gordon Ramsay's. A lot of people complaining about Gordon Ramsay's spot. Being a celebrity fast food restaurant owner is like the new thing. I think Raising Cane's kind of made this popular, where they would go and they would like go get a celebrity, to go partner in on a franchise, so that the celebrity would talk about, they own a restaurant now. Like franchises were literally just giving away big chunks of their stores to celebrities just so that they could talk about it. Like Post Malone was a big part of that with Raising Cane's. There was like a whole deal put together with him. And that's really becoming like a thing now. Who's the not Jason Bourne. Who's the other guy? CNC Music Factory. That fucking Marky Mark. He had a burger place. That was a big deal. I think he really kind of started the whole celebrities owning a fucking chain thing, getting in a piece on it. But yeah, Five Guys number 2, Shake Shack number 1, which by the way, I'm okay with. I don't mind Shake Shack being expensive because I feel like it's a better quality of food. Like it just is. Again, it's not what it used to be. Same with Chipotle. Like when Chipotle was like mostly, privately owned. I mean, McDonald's pumped a lot of money in Chipotle early on, but it was like a real company. And then they got sold and then it turned to shit. It's the same thing with Shake Shack. When Shake Shack was owned by Danny Meyer, and it wasn't like this, there was 500 of them in the country. Shake Shack was like fucking amazing. And now it's still decent. It's better than McDonald's or Wendy's or, Five Guys, maybe, probably. But it's not like what it was. It's definitely not what it was. Great question from the birthday girl. We didn't forget about the Wham challenge this year. I will play the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I'm so glad that you love that. We'll play that on the Christmas episode on Monday. Awesome to see that. We didn't forget. We kind of did it on Twitter because our good buddy Twitter Bill, or X Bill, I guess, but his name is still, he's not an X Bill. He's still a Bill. It's kind of confusing. Anyway, Bill X, I don't know what it must be called. He notified us of Whamageddon. We started the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I think I was out by December 3rd. So that's why we really haven't been talking about it so much. I was out fast. Frankie C was out fast. I don't know if Janine is in. Let me know right now in the comments if you're still in a Whamageddon. Whamageddon, if you're unfamiliar, is starting from Black Friday all the way through Christmas Day. You have to avoid hearing Wham's Last Christmas. You can hear covers of it. If somebody else is doing Last Christmas, it's fine. I think if you only hear like a little snippet, like a teaser of it, it's fine. But if you hear the song come on the radio, Spotify, whatever, in its entirety, then you're out. And I was out. I have to check our Twitter. I was out super fucking early. Robin is still in. I love that. I'm going to put money on Robin to go all the way. I just think he's got what it takes this year. I just think he can sit there with his wheat thins and not have to worry about what's on the radio. I think Robin sits in silence. Just all you hear is the soundtrack of those wheat thins crunching. That's what I think. That's the key to winning Whamageddon. I'm just trying to see when I tweeted that I'm out on Whamageddon because it was a while ago. It was a while ago. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. 12/8, December 8th. Yeah, December 8th, got in the car with the family, There it was on Sirius XM. Boom. Got fucking nailed with it. I'm out. 12-8. Gone. Dunskies. I've never won a Whamageddon. I don't even know if I've even come close, to be honest with you. And I think Twitter Bill is out too. I think X Bill is out too. Yeah, it's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare, the Whamageddon season. But Robin is still in. Paul is boycotting Christmas music, apparently. Paul, are you okay? I just want to make sure that you're okay. You're happy. Robert Betancourt, phenomenal name, still in. Lisa Lee Blue, good name. And look at this, Raven is. You guys are in. There's people. We got a competition here. We got some fucking people in this thing. That's amazing. Most Christmas music stinks, so repetitive. Leisha's still in. All right, Leisha might go. Look at this. Birthday girl's going for the crown. I love it. I agree with you guys. We did put a playlist together. I'm going to put this out right now. How do I share? Copy, share. Copy link. And put this out for everybody right the hell now. We've got an AOA Christmas playlist. Some of our favorite Christmas songs. I think you'll like it. If you don't like it, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. But it's entirely up to you. We'll put it out for everybody. Like I said, it's got some of my favorite Christmas tunes. I'm fine-tuning it all the time. I just added a whole bunch of shit, and then I started taking a whole bunch of shit off it again because I was like, oh, this is not going to work together. But it's classics. It's a lot of reworkings that I enjoy wholeheartedly. You know, it's just kind of a mix of everything. Okay, so go to our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook. Instagram's not going to be a good spot. Our Facebook, it's all there. Here is the official AOA podcast holiday playlist. Turn off those shitty FM radio stations and just listen to this. Period. Also, there's no Wham. You won't be Whamageddoned. Whamageddon? No. It's Whamageddon safe. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, hold on, everybody. It's Whamageddon safe. Yeah, still not getting Whamageddon. That's tough. Whamageddon. Actually, I don't really know how to spell that either. Okay. All right, we're going to tweet it for everybody so everybody has it. It's Whamageddon safe. And here's the link. Paste. Done. Continue. Publish. It's out and into the world. If I'm missing a track on there that you would love to hear, DM me, baby. DM me. Yeah, Paul, are you okay? I'm worried about Paul because Paul, what did you tweet me the other day? It was something about it was the thing where like Trump once the Trump organization once hired Gilgo Beach suspect Rex Howerman as an architect. I didn't read the article, but I'm pretty sure that was before we knew he was a suspected killer, because the second we knew he was a suspected killer, they arrested him. I don't really give a shit. I mean, does anybody? This doesn't, I know there's people that are still sour about the election. I know I don't, I actually haven't talked to Frank about it, but I'm just assuming he is. Again, I'm too tired. I got a lot of things. Christmas coming up. I haven't bought a fucking gift yet, It's just horrible. I don't have time. I don't have time to care. I just don't have the strength to care, Playlist went out on Facebook, on Twitter. It's probably the two easiest places to get the link. I put it on Instagram, but you can't click links on Instagram. So go to Twitter or Facebook right now, and you should be able to click the link to get into our... I keep telling myself we're going to push the play, because we have a bunch of playlists that are fun. I just haven't had the time to do it. So maybe the next couple of days we'll do it for sure. But what's amazing though, going on the whole Trump thing, he's turned a corner. He's Trump is like on a new level of popularity where I don't know if it's just because everybody's tired. But people seem to be big fans of him. I was reading an article that because of this resurgence in Trump popularity, that Barron has actually sparked a Republican club phase in NYU. NYU, which is like where liberalism gets its power from, now all of a sudden is becoming a hub for Republican activity. The Republican Party has become the party of the working class people in branding, kind of undisputed, and they haven't really done it. They're not even in power yet. It's very strange how post-election everything has flip-flopped so much. And I know this is going to drive people crazy who hate Trump. I appreciate your feelings, but this is like, I'm taking the temperature of the country, and it feels like he's just continued to win big, so, did Paul say what was bothering him? All I see is the bodies were hookers. I'm not sure. Are you still talking about the Gilgo person, or what's bothering you? I don't know, but I'm worried about Paul. I don't want you to hang on to it too much, Paul. I don't know what he won by. I don't even think that's true. Oh, that was the other thing I was worried about you, Paul. You were like he crushed it. I don't know. It might have been closer than it was on election night, but I saw those articles of the people saying it was so close, and there's nothing coming. I don't want to, and I'm not here to shit on you or rain on your parade. I don't want to give anybody false hope. There's nothing coming. I mean, outside of the drones. That's it. It's the drones, and we'll keep an eye on Bethany Frankel to break that news to us. But it is what it is. And the weird thing about it, I think a lot of people are excited about a Trump 2 presidency. There's some optimism to it. I think there's optimism whenever a new president is coming in, regardless of the situation. But I'm seeing an optimism behind Trump this time around that I've never really seen before. Also, he did an interview on NBC, and it was very like, let me back off all those crazy things I was saying during the election, and here's what I think we're going to do, So, he's backed off of we're going to just deport everybody shtick. He's backed off of the tariff thing a lot. He said he's going to do it to Mexico and Canada. I don't know about China. I mean, listen, it's Trump, so it's a washing machine. It could always change, but yeah, I don't know. There's a feeling in the air right now of a bit of optimism, a bit of optimism. I still don't think anybody can afford food, but I think people think affordable food is coming. Now, if you're asking me what I think, I'm dead inside, so I don't have a fucking opinion on this yet. I really don't. But I do want to bring this up because this kind of ties in, and this goes to what I'm saying, and this goes to show you how right I am about this too. Because if there's anything I love telling you about, it's telling you about how right I am about something. AOC and Trump are like getting along. Like they're fucking getting along. Let me make this bigger for everybody to see. Okay. Donald Trump tweeted, or Truth Socialed, or whatever the fuck he does. Really too bad that AOC lost the battle for the leadership seat in the Democratic Party. She should keep trying. Someday she will be successful. And she tweeted a screenshot of that saying, damn, it's bad when even Trump is feeling bad for me. Now, I know there's a laughy face there, but this is progress to me. This is something like these two would have never coexisted anywhere in any space ever, even to joke around with each other, even to throw a sly little jab at one another. I don't think they would have done this in the last year. And now all of a sudden they're just kind of like, yeah, Again, AOC is removing pronouns from her profile and now quote tweeting Trump. That's literally where we are right now. And listen, that's not a bad thing. I know, again, people don't like Donald Trump. I get it. He ain't my favorite person on the planet either. Okay. However, I think everybody is so frustrated. We'll take anything. Anything that resembles any sort of progress or moving forward, we'll take it. And my feeling on this, and I think everybody's feeling on this, because I think it's a healthy feeling. Give the guy a fucking year and let's see what happens. You never know. You could hate him so much and then all of a sudden he might do something that works out for you. Do I believe that with all my heart? No. Does it burn any skin off your ass if you give him a shot for a year? It won't. And if a year from now or a year and a half from now it turns out that it sucks and it's getting worse, guess what? There's midterms right around the corner. If he loses the fucking Senate and the House and whatever, then it's a sign that the Democrats are storming their way back in 4 years, because that's an entire possibility, even though right now the Democrats are as dead as dirt. Because 2 years ago, Donald Trump lost the midterms and he was dead as dirt, and now he's everybody's fucking savior. So you can't get too hung up on this. It's WWE. It's WWE storylines. It's just gonna go up and down and flip and flop, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Could it be horrible? Yes. Should we worry about it nonstop till he takes office? No. Let's all enjoy this Christmas, because it could be our last. I'm looking at you, New Jersey. Looking at you. Because we can't find that fucking bomb. Do not know where it is. Here's the other crazy thing. Ukraine has a fucking laser. Have you seen this? Just when you think like, oh, that, futuristic technology, it's like so far away. No, now all of a sudden the Ukraine has a fucking working actual laser. They have it. They have the laser. I saw this thing and I go, is this fucking real? Is this George Lucas? What the fuck is going on here? Ukraine's got a goddamn laser. Let me see here. Yeah, they have a laser that can shoot airplanes in the sky. Who gave them a fucking laser? I don't know how. They were like over here going, hey, could we get a couple bucks? We need some weapons. And then all of a sudden, boom, laser. How do you go from please help us, we have nothing, to, hey, laser. We've got a laser, and we're just going to start shooting some shit down from the sky. Like, have we tested the laser? Does everybody, do we know for sure the laser? Is that what's missing in New Jersey right now that the drones are looking for? They're like, it's probably, we know. We made 2 lasers. We gave Ukraine 1. We don't know what the fucking other one is. I have no fucking clue. All right, this is the Kiev Post. Apparently there's a post everywhere. But as you can see here, boom, yeah, there's a laser. Dragonfire is a British laser weapon technology. Oh, okay, so it's not our fault. It's goddamn British. Colonel Vadim revealed that Ukraine has developed a laser weapon called Turzub, or Trident, capable of downing an aircraft at distances exceeding 2 kilometers, according to a report by Interfax Ukraine. We can state that today Ukraine is, if I'm not mistaken, the 5th country that can say it has a laser. Are we one of the fucking 5 countries? I don't even know. Is America one of the 5 countries? I'm fucking concerned. Were we until we lost our shit in Hoboken? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Let me tell you something. That thing, if we've lost the weapon in Hoboken, it's over. Kiss your ass goodbye. We're not going to fucking find anything in Hoboken. We haven't found a goddamn thing in Hoboken since the cake boss opened up his shop. It's been a long time. We just don't know where the fuck anything is over there. Range of 40 kilometers. I don't know. Who gives a shit what the rest of the thing says? They got a fucking laser. They're shooting planes down with a laser. Laser technology is here. Just 3 days ago, my kid goes to me, Dad, are lightsabers real? Is that a real thing? I go, there's no real thing. Now I got to wake up the kid and apologize to him because they're fucking lasering people to death over there in the Ukraine. It's amazing. It is amazing. Have we thought about this? What if we evacuated New York and then we just blew up New Jersey anyway, right? Better we do it and get as many people to safety as possible than the enemy does it. Have we thought about that? We don't have to warn the Jersey people necessarily. I know that might sound horrible. I know this sounds cold-hearted, but hear me out. Hear me out. What if we kept everybody safe while getting rid of the most shitty people we have in the country, the Jersey people? And we take the power away from the enemy that's trying to kill us anyway. Win, 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 according to Michael Scott. I'm not saying we have to do it. I'm just saying let's put it on the table. Let's order some nachos for the table and let's discuss. Because, we just got to see. We just got to see. I don't know. I might want to save Snooki. We need some people to laugh at. Snooki's a good time. Snooki's got some laughs to her, Paul has been agitated lately because he's hiding a laser in his pants, allegedly. That's what I heard, too. I had somebody write me and go, you wouldn't believe. We call Paul fucking tripod over here. We definitely have the lasers. Get some frickin' lasers. Get some sharks with some frickin' laser beams on their head. YouTube channel Hacksmith has made a lightsaber in real life. Fuck, really? Hacksmith? Jesus Christ. YouTube Hacksmith lightsaber. Let's fucking check this shit out. Isn't that weird? That should read, Neil's statement should read, scientists crack the code to make lightsaber. Instead, his comment says, a YouTube channel named Hacksmith has fucking figured out how to make a fucking lightsaber. In other news, Bethany Frankel is now breaking news for all of us. 4000 plasma proto lightsaber? Is this it?
Simon says.
All right, hold on. We got to sit through a fucking commercial. I was saying to Cuddles just before. I like commercials. Holy shit, is that real? I like commercials. I know people hate commercials, but we signed up for the cheaper Disney bundle where we got to sit through commercials now. But we're getting holiday commercials, which I like. I like a good holiday commercial. If you want the weird thing about streaming, you had no commercials, but now you can't see that fucking Hershey Kiss commercial that we all love this time of year. Dun, 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 and a happy lightsaber. Is that real? What's happening here? This is the teaser. I like this. Here's the highlight moments. Let's see. Is that Hacksmith? Okay. He figured out that he can stream water out. Is that what he's tying it together? This seems like a big breakthrough. I just want to know. Is that fire? Is there a glass thing that contains this, though, is all I want to know. Or has he really figured it out? Is that a supplement of some kind? Now he's burning a pencil? I don't know what's happening here. Is this thing fire? Oh, there's a circuit board. This guy's going to have his own AI, I could tell. This is a fun Chris. See, I'm not smart enough. I'm no engine. Hold on. This right here looks like the Honey I Shrunk the Kid thing. Can we check on Hacksmith children to make sure that his fucking kids are the right size? Because that looks like the fucking Honey I Shrunk the Kid shtick. We're gonna lose some kids in the backyard off of this. Oh no, that's the lightsaber, I guess. Oh, does it come with that huge tank? I mean, I guess we couldn't not have the tank. All right, let me see this. So there's no glass containing it. No, he figured it out. I guess that's a flame. But his beard ain't burning. Oh, that's pretty amazing. All right, give this guy credit. That's pretty fucking cool. See what George Lucas created? That's unbelievable. You think this guy gets laid? 50-50. I would honestly say no. If you told me somebody made a lightsaber, I'd be like, there's a guy who doesn't get laid. But On the other hand, I feel like the beardy, long-haired thing is a fucking thing for some people. They love the beardy, long-haired people. You know, and here's what's nice about banging a guy like this. You know he's not cheating on you because he is so grateful for whatever woman he could get. Or dude, I don't know what his taste is. Could be a dude. Sorry, I look at the world through straight eyes because I happen to be straight. This is funny. Only a radio DJ would like commercials. You associate your old work breaks. Yeah, I love commercials because that's when I'd go take a pee. That was the best ever. Somebody ban this person, please. Remove them from the chat. This is the first one. He made several different ones. Holy shit. This guy never gets laid. Maybe once or twice. Oh, I would love a fucking proton pack. I would love a fucking proton pack. That would be amazing. What would be the greatest movie prop to come to life? Is it this, or would a genuine, like, time traveling DeLorean be the shit? Because I feel like that would be the shit. Or the fucking Ghostbuster thing would be really cool. I would love the Ghostbuster thing. I think that would be amazing. That would be a lot of fun. I don't know. There's a lot of things that if they were real would be pretty fucking sweet. All right, let's go over to John Nucci's Twitter account because he put this up, and tis the season of white elephant, right? Everybody's doing the white elephant at work, and I want your honest opinion. Let me know in the comments. Is this a good white elephant gift? John Nucci on X says, at my cousin's job, they do a white elephant where you have to buy a $20 gift from someone. One of her coworkers gave someone the rights to a printed out plus 8,914 9-leg parlay, and attached the copy of the 9-leg parlay. Now, for those of you who don't know, parlay is basically combining bets. So if you think this team's going to beat that team and you bet on that winner, and then you go, and I also think this team is going to be that team, and you combine those two, that's a parlay. A lot of people go, this team's going to be that team. This team's going to score this many touchdowns. This guy is going to hit a home run in this game. This guy is going to hit a triple double in the NBA. And it doesn't have to be all one sport, one game. It could be anything. So the more things you combine and put together, the higher the odds become. So you can make a $20 bet like this person did, but with the odds, if they win, they're clearing, I think this says $1,800 maybe. It's a shitload of money. Is a 9-leg parlay a good white elephant list? Let's start again. Is a 9-leg parlay a good white elephant list? Fuck. Holy shit. Let's start again. Is a 9-leg parlay a good white elephant gift? That's what I want to know. And before you get all judgy, keep this in mind. And I'm guilty of this too. And I love this. Your old pal Ant likes to go to the store, pick up a 20 spot of fucking scratch-off tickets, throw that in a bag, send it off to the White Elephant crew. And I'll tell you what, every time I do White Elephant and there's scratch-offs involved, people are stealing those scratch-offs. People love to win money. But with the scratch-off, you're not really, what are you going to win? $5, $10? Here's a chance to turn $20 into $1,800. That's pretty good. I will say the odds of hitting a 9-leg parlay are really fucking difficult. I mean, a lot of things have to go your way. So it's kind of ludicrous at the same time. White elephant is like Secret Santa. Yes. Sorry, we should clarify. White elephant, Secret Santa. I feel like there's a Yankee swap. Any of those things. Is a 9-leg parlay a good gift to put into White Elephant, Yankee swap, Secret Santa? I feel like it's allowed. I feel like that's pretty good. I think it would be better if you just gave somebody like a $20 FanDuel or DraftKings thing and they can make their own bet. Or maybe not, because maybe you have somebody in the office that isn't sports bet inclined, and there's some fucking 23-year-old kid working in there who does nothing but throw his paycheck away to sports betting. So maybe there is an advantage to that. Paul makes a good point. I'd rather have Bitcoin. Can't argue with that. $20 a Bitcoin today, it'll be worth $40 billion, in 3 weeks. Who knows? Rhonda doesn't love it. Pink elephants are better. White elephant is like a tacky gift, like a joke. Anthony never had the makings to be a varsity podcast host. That's good. I love that. That's a better white elephant gift. Lisa Lily Blue says, as a Jersey lady living right next to Teterboro Airport, I decided when this all came out not to add more anxiety to my life. I refuse to look up ever till the story fades or it's taken care of. Yeah, here's the beautiful thing about this, Lisa. You won't even know. If it goes wrong, it'll happen so fast you won't even know. So you're good. You're good. There's that argument to it. Like you'll be blown up very fast. So you have nothing to worry about. You live your Jersey life. You put on your Bon Jovi, you have your fucking Taylor ham and eggs, and you just live your life, girlfriend, because you're going to be just fine. You don't need the extra anxiety. You're right. By the way, that's kind of what I told my wife before when she was like, should we get the fuck out of here? I go, no, it's just let it end. It's been enough. I was like, we probably won't even hear. I mean, we might be in trouble because we might be too far where we'll be like half our faces will be melted. And we'll be like, walking around, just like a half melted face. Like that guy in RoboCop. Remember when he got I think it was acid or some shit like that. He was all fucked up. That could be the people all the way out east. So we could be in trouble. I might actually move closer. I might move to Teterboro. In fact, Lisa, do you have a spare bedroom that I could use for the next couple of weeks till this all blows over or blows up? Either way. Jay Savs prefers scratch and sniff offs. That's true. That's, her very, very well. My ex hit for $100,000 on a $20 scratcher. Well, shit, Neil. I hope you got 50% of that in the divorce or breakup. Can you get alimony from just a breakup from a girlfriend or boyfriend? That'd be nice. White elephant means useful gifts. I don't think it matters. I think all white elephant, Yankee swat, I think it's all just a chance to steal gifts and joke around and fuck around. Ignorance is bliss, kid. Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, you just enjoy it. So you got some fucking drones. Big deal. Big fucking deal. You just walk around going, Frank Sinatra was from just down the road over here. I don't know if you know that. And then you say that until you blow up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That would be amazing if Lisa's the only survivor. I would appreciate that. Because I don't know if you know this. We're doing really well. Top 5% podcast of all time. Still can't afford to lose a listener. So if we lose Lisa Lee, we'll be in a lot of trouble. So I do have a personal interest in keeping her around. I think we did it. Book 13, hour and 13. We wound up going through the most important stories of the day, as we always do. We wound up getting at least a half a laugh out of it, out of 73 joke attempts in 73 minutes. I think we got a half a laugh at one point. I thought I saw somebody put a laugh. It might not have been laughing at me. Might have been laughing at a comment. Still counts. Somebody scores on your team still wins. Who cares if, the captain of the team went 0 for whatever. And we moved one show closer to the special Christmas episode on December 23rd. On an all new special podcast episode, we will learn the meaning of Christmas together. Okay. And not only that, and I don't want to give away too much, but we figured out a way to save the small town farm from being sold to the large corporation. We're going to raise that money by selling cookies and save that bank foreclosure. It's going to be huge. You're not going to want to miss it. All coming up on a special Monday holiday episode. Appreciate all the hilarious banter back and forth on the live chatters. Give yourselves a round of applause. It's not easy work. Leisha on the birthday. Lisa Lee having to deal with all the drones. Bird celebrating 33 months as an AOA member. My goodness. Congratulations to Bird. That is huge. Christella, oh, don't make me cry now. Before the end, I've never cried once. Now you're gonna make me cry before 2024 ends. This place cheers me up. I truly appreciate you, Anthony, and all in the chat. That's mostly everybody in the chat, but I'm gonna go on their bandwagon, on their tails, and take some credit for that as well. Thank you, Christella. I think we all feel the same way. I echo your sentiments. I think everybody else does in the live chat as well. Friday, I think Frankie C and Aaron C for a game. We'll keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll all be together on Monday, like I said, for the special Christmas episode. Watch out for the drones. Hopefully that missing bomb doesn't go off, and if it doesn't, we'll see you Friday.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.